So hello, what's up? How's everyone doing? Welcome to this revision session of Essay 805. So in the last revision session, we covered Essay 800. Okay, sir. Now we are going to cover Essay 805. Again, we are going to refer our board notes. So these board notes you can find on our Telegram channel. Telegram channel Clear CA with Shubham Keswani. The link you will find in the description. So are you all ready? Yes, sir, we are ready. Again, in this chapter, there are certain amendments. So along with this revision video, I'll be covering all the concepts, all the amendments, and whatever questions are there in your ICI material, everything we'll be revising with this video. So I request all of you to stay till the end. Just maintain that patience till the end. Whatever instructions I give you during the video, just follow them properly, and trust me, once this revision video is complete, your whole revision of Essay 805 will be done. Are you people ready? Yes, sir. Now let's discuss about Essay 805. Acha, before moving ahead, please make sure you like this video so that it can reach out to more students who want English revision videos. Got it? Got it, sir. Now talking about Essay 805. 805 talks about special consideration. Special consideration when you are doing the audit of SFS. SFS means single financial statement, and audit of specific element, account, or item of a financial statement, what you call it, SEFS. Now understand one thing, financial statements can be of two types. Complete set of financial statements, that is CSFS. Complete set means they include each and everything. P&L, balance sheet, cash flow statement, notes to accounts. Everything is there in this financial statement. Then comes another type of financial statement like single financial statement. A single P&L account, a single balance sheet, or a single cash flow statement. So whenever there is a single financial statement along with the notes, we call it single financial statement, that is SFS. Got it, sir? Now just understand these basics, that these financial statements can be prepared as per general purpose framework or as per special purpose framework. If they are prepared as per special purpose framework, SA 800 will also be applicable. Now, sir, what are the examples of SEFS? SEFS means specific element, account, or item of financial statement. So basically, whatever items you find in the financial statement, that examples are given here. So it can be debtors, provision for doubtful debts, intangible assets. Similarly, it can be net tangible assets. Net tangible assets means gross value minus depreciation. Then you can talk about certain assets which you have taken on lease, that is disbursements of lease. So lease payment schedule can also be audited. Then there are certain assets which are externally managed. For example, whenever I have employees in my company, I deduct their provident fund. I deduct their pension amount. Got it, sir? That pension amount that I deduct, that I invest in certain companies. I give that money to certain companies that invest on my behalf. So, sir, employees can request that they want that amount to be audited. Whatever amount that you have deducted from the salaries of the employees, that should be invested safely so that they can request to be audited. So whatever are the externally managed assets like private pension plans, that also need to be audited here. Got it, sir? Similarly, one more thing related to employees is profit participation. You know, every company earns profit, and out of that profit, a certain amount is reserved for the employees. That can be in the form of bonus. So employees can request that we want our bonus working to be audited. So whether it is profit participation or employee bonus, this can also be audited. So you can remember these 4 or 5 examples very easily. First of all, talking about the assets. Current assets may you can talk about debtors, provision for doubtful debts, and intangible asset. Then you can talk about tangible asset. Then you can talk about assets on lease. You talk about disbursement on lease, and then two employees points. First of all, the employees money, pension money that you have invested outside, this is managed by some other person. So externally managed assets like private pension plan or profit participation or employee bonus. Got it? Got it, sir. Acha, now tell us one thing. Sir, tell us one thing. Let's say there is an entity. Got it, sir? In this entity, the complete set of financial statement, that is the full financial statements, these are audited by some other person. So can I as a person accept the audit of only the SFS or only the audit of SEFS? The answer is no. You cannot accept the audit of single financial statement or specific element if the complete set is audited by some other person. Why, sir? Why we cannot accept such audit alone, Baba? Because it may not be practicable. Complying with the standards on auditing, in such audit, may not be practicable. Why? Because you don't have two things. You don't have two things. First of all, you don't have the same understanding of the entity, environment, and internal control, which the auditor of complete set will have. Sir, how come? Baba, understand one thing. Whenever you do a proper audit, let's say you are doing the audit of the complete set of financial statement, what are the audit procedures you do? Sir, we do RAP, we do FAP. RAP means risk assessment procedure to understand the entity, environment, internal control, to identify and assess the risk of material misstatement. And then you do further audit procedure, that is you test the processes, that is the test of control. And then you test the amounts, that is substantive audit procedure, which includes test of details and analytical procedure. Do you think doing all this for a single financial statement or SEFS is too much? Answer is yes, it is too much. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Complying with the essays only for the audit of SFS or SEFS may not be practicable. Why? Because you don't have two things. First of all, you don't have the same understanding of the entity, environment, internal control that the auditor of complete set has. Got it, sir? Second thing is, you don't have the audit evidence. Sir, audit evidence about the quality of the accounting records. Why, sir? Did you test the general IT controls of the entity? No, sir. No, sir, we did not test the general IT controls of the entity, because you are auditing only the single financial statement, or let's say specific element. Why will you test these controls? Yes, sir. Because you have not tested all that, you will not have audit evidence about the quality of accounting records. Since you don't have evidence, you need further evidence. Since you don't have evidence, you need further evidence. So you may need further evidence to corroborate or support the evidence required. You understood the 2 points or not? Yes, sir. We don't have the understanding, we don't have the evidence about the quality of records. So we need further evidence. Next point says that if you are auditing a specific element, sir, specific element, let's say debtors, you are just auditing the debtors, then complying with the standards on auditing may require some disproportionate audit work. So what do you mean by disproportionate audit work? Disproportionate means the work is much more than the benefit or fees that you are getting. The work that you have to do as an auditor, it is much more than the benefit and the fees that you are getting as an auditor. So it is saying that if you are doing the audit of SEFS, certain essays can require disproportionate work. For example, in the audit of debtors, SA 570 compliance may not be practicable. Why, sir? So understand one thing. When you are auditing the debtors, you are going to check the four assertions: existence, right, completeness, and valuation, that is ERCV. Now understand one thing. I also need to assess the going concern of the entity. Why, sir? Because if the going concern is not appropriate, entity will close down. Yes, sir. If entity close down, will I be able to recover my money? No, sir. If you are not able to recover your money, it will impact debtors valuation. It will somewhere impact the debtors valuation. So that's what I was trying to say. Even if you are doing the audit of debtors, still you need to assess the going concern, and it is too much. And it is too much. So if you think as audit as per essays is not practicable, discuss with the management and request them if any other type of engagement possible. Which type of engagement? As per SRS 4400, you can go ahead with agreed upon procedure. As per SRS 4400, you can go ahead with certification engagement, yani agreed upon procedure. You can go ahead with the agreed upon procedure. Got the flow? Yes, sir. Last time I am explaining the flow again. Revision in the revision. First of all, I am appointed by the management as the auditor of SFS or SEFS, not as the auditor of complete set. Should I accept the appointment? Answer is no. I should not accept the appointment. Why? Because complying with the essays will not be practicable. Why, sir? Because I don't have two things. Don't have the understanding of the entity environment. Don't have the audit evidence about the quality of records. So need to collect extra evidence. Now comes the third stage. Third stage says that if you are auditing a SEFS, that means specific element of financial statement, certain essays require disproportionate audit work. They require disproportionate audit work. Example, audit of debtors, you need to comply with SA 570, which may not be practicable. So if you think that is not practicable, discuss with the management. Let's do something else. Let's do something else. Instead of audit, let's try some another type of engagement. You got the point or not? Yes, sir. If you want, you can just pause the video here. You can just pause the video here, and from your book, yes, sir, you can quickly cover this part. This is the same thing that we have just covered right now. You got the point or not? Yes, sir. Please take 2 sips of water. Let's revise the first page together. Okay, let's revise the first page together. I'm not leaving anything on you. Essay 805, special consideration when you are doing the audit of SFS or you are doing the audit of SEFS. What do you mean by SFS? Sir, it is not a complete set like cash flow statement is a single financial statement. Element means something which is an item of financial statement or account that is a debtor or a cash or bank balance. It also includes the related notes. That means accounting policy and explanatory information. It can be prepared as per general purpose or special purpose framework if special purpose framework SA 800 also applies. Now understand one thing more, sir. Sir, what? We studied a standard called SA 600. Yes or no? Yes, sir. In SA 600, I taught you about using the work of other auditor. Who is the other auditor? Understand one thing. I am the auditor of consolidated financial statement. Got it, sir. In this consolidated financial statement, there are many entities included. There is a parent company, there is a subsidiary, there is an associate. Now, let's say the subsidiary is audited by some other auditor. The subsidiary is audited by some other auditor, so I have to guide the other auditor about the way he should do the audit. I need to guide the other auditor about the way he should do the audit because his audited subsidiary is forming a part of my consolidated financial statement. Got it, sir? So in this, when the other auditor is providing the report based on my guidance, in this, when the other auditor, or you can say the component auditor, is providing the report on my guidance, is SS 805 applicable? Answer is no, it is not applicable. So this is one point that you should read so that in case they ask in from MCQ point of view, you should be aware about it. So SA 805 does not apply to the report of component auditor, which is issued as a result of the work that he has performed on the component that is a subsidiary at the request of principal auditor. So if principal auditor has guided the component auditor to submit some report on that, SA 805 is not applicable. Now, sir, this is something we have already covered in SA 800 revision also, that as an auditor, you need to comply with all the essays. You need to comply with all the relevant requirement of the essay. If you can't comply, you need to perform alternate procedure. Each and everything we have already covered. Now, talking about this topic, again, it says that compliance with the essays relevant to the audit of SFS or SEFS will not be practicable if you are not doing the audit of complete set. Why, sir? Because you don't have two things. Once again, we don't have the understanding of the entity environment. We don't have the evidence about the quality of accounting records. So we need further evidence. Because you need further evidence, it will lead to disproportionate audit work. Example, SA 570 compliance for audit of debtors. So you will request the management, discuss with the management for another type of engagement. Done, done, sir. Now everyone come with me to the next topic. Before we move to the next topic, I'll tell you, just like SA 800, we have divided the standard into three parts: acceptance, planning and performing the audit, and reporting. Acceptance, planning and performing the audit, and reporting. First of all, talking about acceptance, we will see the acceptability of FRF. Now, sir, how to see the acceptability of FRF? Very similar points. It says for the audit of SFS or SEFS, you need to consider if the FRF will result in adequate disclosure. Basically, as an auditor, I want adequate disclosures to understand the SFS or SEFS and the effect of material events and transaction on the SFS or SEFS. Let's understand with the example. If you are doing the audit of debtors, got it, sir. In the financial statements, debtors amount to should be there. Got it, sir. Plus, there should be disclosure. There should be notes to accounts which disclose that the debtors are not 2 lakh rupees. They are 2,50,000. On that, we have created a provision of 50,000. Why you have created a provision? Due to insolvency of debtor. So make sure there are adequate disclosures, not only to understand the SEFS, but also to understand the effect of material events and transaction. If there is any material event and transaction, what is the impact it is having on the amount? You understood the concept or not? Yes, sir. This is something that you just need to understand. Now come with me to the next part, planning and performing the audit. This is very important. This is very important, and also there are certain amendments in this area, so please focus here. First of all, it says adapt all the essays. Whatever essays are relevant to the audit, you will have to adapt them. Specifically, three essays: essay 240, essay 550, and essay 570. So 240 talks about fraud, 550 talks about related parties, and 570 talks about going concern. So it says that even in the audit of SEFS means specific element of financial statement, the item can be misstated because of fraud, related party transaction, or incorrect application of going concern accounting. So please make sure you are focusing on these three standards. Got it, sir? Now talking about four special cases. Everyone please focus on the four special cases. Case number 1, SA 260. This is same as SA 800. Ditto same as SA 800. It says that you are required to identify the appropriate persons who you are required to communicate as a TCWG. Now, sir, because the financial reporting process of complete set may be different from the single financial statement or SEFS, so the TCWG may also be different. Got it, sir? Now talking about the audit evidence wala part. Sir, what does the audit evidence part says? Understand it with the example. If I have studied the whole CA final syllabus, I have understood everything. I have understood all the concepts. Got it, sir? I have done the practice of each and everything. Now, if ICI ask me that I have to give the exam of financial reporting, do I need to study separately? No, sir. Financial reporting was already covered in my complete syllabus. So if I have to give the exam of a single subject, I don't need to study separately for that subject. I can use my knowledge of studying the whole CA final while giving the exam of financial reporting. This is the same thing given here. When you are auditing the complete set, and out of that complete set, let's say you are also auditing a single financial statement or a specific element, then Baba, you must have collected all the evidence here. Yes, sir. So you can use them now. You can use them in the audit of SFS or SEFS. So same thing is given. You may use the audit evidence obtained in the audit of CSFS for auditing the SFS or SEFS. You got the point or not? Yes, sir. Now coming to the third aspect, interrelation. Can I say complete set and single financial statements are interrelated? Yes, sir. Single financial statements we have got them from the complete set only. Even the specific elements you have got from the complete set. So complete set and their elements are interrelated. Got it. So when you are doing the audit of SFS or SEFS, because they are interrelated, don't consider them in isolation. They should not be considered in isolation. So if required, you will also test the interrelated items. For example, what is related to debtor? Revenue. So some revenue testing may also be required. What is related to creditor? Okay, I'm asking. What is related to creditor? Purchases. So when you are doing the audit of creditor, you can also be required to do the audit of some purchases. Make sense? Make sense, sir. Now coming to the next part, materiality. You people tell me, complete set of financial statements are big. Single financial statements are small. Specific element of financial statement are smaller. So as compared to complete set, here the materiality will be more or less. Sir, again the materiality will be smaller, it will be less. So this is the same thing given. Materiality for the audit of SFS or SEFS may be lower, just common sense. Because these are smaller, so materiality may be lower than for the complete set. So materiality affects the nature, timing and extent of procedure. How, sir? Baba, on the basis of performance materiality, you decide the testing. Let's say this is the performance materiality. Got it, sir? Any transaction which is above it, you will check it. Yes or no? Yes, sir. Now, if I lower my materiality, even these transactions need to be tested. Yes, it will increase your testing. So it says if you lower your materiality level, it increases your testing. Plus, after the testing, whenever you find some misstatements and these are not corrected, so to evaluate the uncorrected misstatements, you need to use the materiality. So these are the 4 points that Shubham sir just taught you. SA 260, communication with TCWG. Because process of making the complete set and single financial statement may be different, so TCWG may be different. Audit evidence of complete set can be used for the audit of SFS or SEFS. All items are interrelated, so you may be required to test the interrelated items. And last, materiality may be lower for SFS or SEFS, which will affect your nature, timing and extent of procedures and uncorrected misstatement. Deal done? Arey, come on everyone. Deal done? Done, sir. Now everyone come to the book. Yes, sir. Let's once revise it from the book. Revision in the revision. Please focus. Considerations when planning and performing the audit, very important because amendments are there. First of all, adapt all the essays relevant to the circumstances. Focus on 3 essays: fraud, related party, going concern. Now, in essay 260, I said you need to decide who are the persons to communicate. All the TCWGs may be involved in managing the entity, so no need to communicate again with them. Now, sir, complete set of financial statements are prepared by TCWG, who may be not be same. They are saying who may not be same as the TCWG responsible for the oversight of complete set. So basically TCWG of SFS of the complete set and the SFS or SEFS may be different. That's it. Got it, sir. Now coming to audit evidence. When you are auditing both the single financial statement and the complete set, you can use the audit evidence for the audit of SFS or SEFS. Make sure you are getting sufficient and appropriate evidence. Now, sir, all items are interrelated, so don't consider them in isolation. So you may need to perform the procedures on interrelated items also. Okay, so if you want, you can pause the video for 2 minutes, quickly learn these topics, and now continue with me to the next topic. Before that, materiality may be lower, affecting the ante of procedures, that is the nature, timing and extent, and evaluation of uncorrected misstatement. Now we are on the last topic of this essay. Come on everyone, get ready. Take 2 sips of water. All set? Yes, sir. Now understand one thing. What does this aspect says? Sir, whenever you are making your opinion and you are reporting, you will evaluate if the financial statements, that is the SFS or SAFS, they provide adequate disclosure. What about what? Material events and transaction. That's the basic. Now, sir, since you are giving your opinion on both complete set and SFS, you need to give a separate opinion. Separate opinion on this, separate opinion on this. If the SFS, SEFS and complete set are published together, they should be differentiated. They should be differentiated, yani the presentation should be differentiated. If it is not, ask the management to rectify. We will not issue the audit report unless we are satisfied with the presentation. Now, sir, we already know we need to give a differentiated opinion on this financial statement. Now comes the main part. Very, very important from exam point of view. Let's say in your audit report of complete set of financial statement, there is this masala. What is the masala? Modified opinion, EOM home para, Murg section, uncorrected material misstatement of other information. Murg section, where did we study? SA 570. Uncorrected material misstatement, SA 720. Oh my God. Now you need to see whether it is relevant for the audit report on SFS or SEFS. For this, you need to consider these factors. Now, how you consider these factors? For this, you need to apply a professional judgment. Understand all the factors properly. First of all, you need to understand the matter, nature of the matter. Nature of the matter and extent to which it relates to SFS or SEFS. For example, in the complete set of financial statement, there is a material misstatement in debtors. So it is related to balance sheet. It is related to debtors. Got it? Got it, sir. Now talking about pervasiveness of the matter. If in the CSFS, there is a disclaimer of opinion due to management fraud, so it will impact your SFS and it will impact your SEFS also. Got it, sir. Now the next point, nature and extent of difference between the applicable FRF. What, sir? Let's say your complete set of financial statements are prepared as per accounting standards. So you need to recognize the revenue as per AS9. But because you did not recognize revenue on accrual basis, there was a material misstatement. Talking about the specific element of financial statement, in the audit of SEFS, you are auditing the revenue. But this revenue audit is done as per the contract. That means special purpose framework. Can I say the FRFs are different? Yes, sir. Here the FRF is accounting standard. Here the FRF is contract. The contract says revenue should be recognized on cash basis only. So can I say there is no material misstatement here? No, sir. There is no material misstatement here. So here the FRF is different. Here the FRF is different. Here it is a material misstatement because of this FRF. But here, because this FRF allows cash basis, there is no material misstatement. Now talking about the next part, period or time. Period wala point says difference between the period covered by the complete set and SFS or SEFS. So let's say you are auditing a MNC in which complete set of financial statements are prepared for the financial year starting from January to December. In this, there is a material misstatement in the revenue for January to March 24. Got it, sir. When you are auditing the SEFS of the revenue, the financial year is 1st April to 31st March. Now, can I say in this part of the financial year? In this part of the financial year, this material misstatement will not be there. Why, sir? January to March 24 is not covered here, na? Yes, sir. Here everything is okay. Here everything is okay. Next part is time elapsed. Time elapsed since the date of audit report on complete set of financial statement. If the audit report on complete set of financial statement is of 1st June and there was a issue here. There was a issue here. Oh. And till when the audit report of SFS came, that is on 20th of June, it has been resolved. So from 1st of June to 20th of June, it has been resolved. What was the issue? There was a material misstatement in the other information, that is the annual report, that has been rectified on 5th June. So that problem was present here, but it is not present here. So is it relevant? Answer is no. It is not relevant for the audit report of SFS. Easy, easy, sir. So these are the 5 factors that you need to learn from exam point of view. Very, very important from exam. First of all, the matter, nature of the matter, pervasiveness of the matter. Third point is related to difference. Say third point is difference between the applicable FRF. In the complete set of financial statement can be a material misstatement because the FRF is different. But here there is no material misstatement because the FRF is different. Now talking about the period and time. The period wala point says period covered by the complete set and period covered by the SFS or SEFS. And time elapsed means how much time has passed since the date of audit report on complete set of financial statements. Easy, easy, sir. So these are the 5 points that you need to cover. Now let's test if you got the concept or not. If in case of complete set of financial statement, there is a qualification in debtor. You tell me, is it relevant for the balance sheet? Yes, sir. Is it relevant for the debtors? Yes, sir. If there is a qualification in the classification of long-term borrowings, is it relevant for the P&L? No, sir. It is relevant for balance sheet, but not relevant for P&L. Is it relevant for debtors? No, it is a long-term borrowing. How it is relevant for the debtors? So it is not relevant for debtor. Now coming to some notes. Just take 2 sips of water. All set? Yes, sir. Now let's say in the audit report on complete set of financial statement, there's a MURG section, material uncertainty related to going concern. Now it has no implication on the audit report of SFS or SEFS, but still you want to refer it. Which para you will add? Other matter para. Because in SA 706 we learned that other matter para refers to the matters relevant to audit, auditor's responsibility and audit report. Now talking about another aspect. Your audit report on complete set of financial statement, let's say it has adverse opinion or disclaimer of opinion. That means there is a material misstatement which is pervasive to the financial statement. So SA 705 doesn't allow you to give an unmodified opinion on the SFS or SEFS. But sir, in case of SEFS, there is an exception. Unmodified opinion can be given for SEFS only if it is not 3 things. Sir, what it is not? Please learn these 3 points. It is not prohibited by the law regulation. The opinion on the complete set of financial statement and SEFS not published together. And this specific element is not a major portion of complete set. These 3 conditions need to be satisfied together. So how can we remember it? It is very easy. You just need to say that it is not pro po pu. Pro po pu means it is not prohibited, it is not a major portion of the complete set, and these are not published together. The opinion on complete set and SEFS are not published together. If these 3 conditions satisfied, you can give an unmodified opinion on SEFS even though there is an adverse or disclaimer of opinion on the complete set of financial statement. Got the concept? Yes, sir. It is a very important point. This point was tested in November 24 exams. And if you come to your question bank, question number 1 is related to this topic only. Okay. So here you can see complete set pe adverse opinion is given. Now you are auditing the trade payable. Trade payable is a specific element of financial statement. Can you give an unmodified opinion? Yes, provided these 3 conditions are satisfied. It is not a pro popu. Not pro popu means not prohibited, not a major portion, and not published together. The opinions on these financial statements are not published together. Awesome. Now everyone come with me. Sir, how many points are done? Okay. Now let's cover whatever things we have not covered from the notes from the book. Quickly. So sir, essay 210 we all have studied. Yes, sir. In this, whenever you study the terms of engagement, whenever you study the engagement letter ka last thing that is written is expected form of report. Okay. So again, that will be covered in the part of the engagement letter of this assignment also. Got it, sir? Just make sure whenever you are auditing the SFS or SEFS, the expected form of opinion is appropriate as per the circumstances. Now, sir, talking about the applicable FRF. Whenever I talk about the applicable FRF, what comes to your mind? Schedule 3. But tell me one thing, does the Schedule 3 specifically talks about P&L? No. Specifically about balance sheet? No. It talks about financial statement as a whole. It talks about the FRF of the balance sheet, of the P&L, of the cash flow, of the notes to accounts. Yes or no? Yes, sir. So this is what you need to see. For the SFS or SEFS, the applicable FRF may not explicitly address the presentation of financial statement or element. So it may not exclusively talk about P&L or balance sheet or about the debtor. So what will you do? So in this case, what you need to do is the applicable FRF will be set by the organization, that is like ICI, for the complete set. Got it, sir? That only will become your applicable FRF. That only you will use as your applicable FRF. Now, when you have to decide that whether the financial statements are prepared fairly in all material respects or they give a true and fair view, you need to check the fair presentation of the framework. You need to check the fair presentation of the financial statement. How do we check the fair presentation? Again, this is something we have covered in SA 700. In SA 700, I told you that fair presentation, if I talk about the fair presentation, for fair presentation, two things need to be complied. First of all, you need to comply with the FRF. Then if required, you will add something or you will less something. If required, you will add something or you will less something. And this is the same thing which is given here. If the FRF is related to complete set of financial statement, then check whether the SFS or SEFS fully comply with the framework relevant to that financial statement or element, including the notes to disclosure. So basically you check the compliance. Along with the compliance, to achieve the fair presentation, is it providing the extra disclosure and in exceptional circumstances departing from the requirement, that means reducing the disclosure. So this is the basic thing that we study in SA 700. To check the fair presentation, check the compliance, along with the compliance, the additional disclosure or departure from the requirement in extremely rare circumstances. Talking about the opinion wala part, we have already covered. If I talk about the going concern, sir, about going concern, we both know that related to going concern, it is the management's responsibility. So whenever you are describing the management's responsibility or auditor's responsibility in audit report, you have to talk about going concern. So that same thing that we discuss in SA 700 will come in this report also. Got it, sir? Talking about key audit matter para, we have discussed that key audit matters are included in which report? Sir, these are included in the audit report of complete set of financial statements prepared as per the general purpose framework. General purpose complete set of financial statement. Now, since these are not complete set of financial statements, these are single financial statements. Okay, sir. This is a specific element. So if the auditor adds a key audit matter, then in that case, SA 701 will be applicable. Talking about the other information means the annual report. So if in any annual report, there is a single financial statement or there is a specific element of financial statement, then you need to read that report. Then you need to read that report, that whether there is a material inconsistency between that report and the financial statement. So that basic thing. So SA 720 says that if there is a report containing the SFS or SEFS, that will be treated as an annual report, and then SA 720 requirements will be applicable. That means you need to read it, whether there is any material inconsistency between that report and financial statement. Then the report will be signed by the auditor in his name, in the firm name, membership number, firm registration number, and UDIN. These special points we have already covered. Okay, these things I have already taught you. Last May, let's discuss about something different. Sir, what is different? If there is an audit report on complete set of financial statements, yes, sir. Understand one thing, there is a disclaimer of opinion. Sir, disclaimer of opinion on what? Results of operations, that is the P&L. And disclaimer is on cash flow, but not on the balance sheet. Disclaimer is there on the results, that is the P&L, cash flows, that is the cash flow statement, but not on the balance sheet. So can I give an unmodified opinion on the balance sheet? Answer is yes, this is allowed. Answer is yes, this is allowed. Unmodified opinion on the state of affairs, that is the balance sheet, is allowed. So this is the same thing which is given in your book. Please focus here. If the audit report on complete set, there is a disclaimer of opinion on the P&L and the cash flows. So is the unmodified opinion on state of affairs, that is the balance sheet, allowed? Yes, it is permitted. Yes, that is permitted. Don't need to worry about it. But sir, there is a disclaimer of opinion. A disclaimer of opinion is not on the whole financial statement. It is only and only on the P&L and cash flow. So that's why in this specific case, unmodified opinion on balance sheet, that is the state of affairs, will be allowed. Got it, sir. This example I discussed in the starting of the revision. Now let's do two questions. Now let's do two questions. It will give you immense confidence. Question number 1. CAM Surya is the auditor of the financial statement of the entity prepared as per the financial reporting provisions of contract. Can I say whenever it is prepared as per a contract, it is a special purpose framework? Because it is a special purpose framework, SA 800 will be applicable. Got it, sir. He is also offered the audit of a debtor. Can I say trade receivable or debtor is a SEFS, specific element account item of financial statement? So SA 805 will be applicable. These are the two things that you just need to mention in your answer. Easy, sir, because they have asked you to give a brief answer. So in this brief answer, you just need to mention SA 800 will be applicable, SA 805 will be applicable. Now comes a good question. Please focus. This is what I was discussing in the beginning also. This is a good question. CAG, G for genius. He is offered the appointment of the audit of trade payable. Again, trade payable is a SEFS, specific element of financial statement. So SA 805 will be applicable. Financial statements are prepared as per the Companies Act and audited by Jignesh. Sir, what is happening? Complete set is audited by Jignesh and SEFS will be audited by G. So do you think he should accept the audit? No, sir. You told us in the beginning of the revision that we should not accept such audit. Why? Because it may not be practicable. It may not be practicable to comply with the essays. Why? We don't have two things. You don't have the understanding and you don't have the audit evidence. So you need further evidence to corroborate the audit evidence required about the accounting records. Plus, certain essays require disproportionate audit work, where we discussed about that for the audit of debtors, you need to comply with the requirements of SA 570, which may not be practicable. So in that case, discuss with the management about another type of engagement. And here your SA 805. Here your SA 805 is done. All the concepts, all the questions properly done. I will request all of you to do what? Sir, in this essay, make sure you are focusing on certain areas. What are the areas? Quickly come from the starting. I'll make you mark the areas. Please focus here. First page, all of you just need to read. This part is very important. Okay, sir. This part, please mark that when you are not the auditor of complete set and still you are given the audit of SFS or SEFS, then you should not accept. Why you should not accept? This part is important. Got it, sir. Second part, which is very important, is considerations when planning and performing the audit. These special cases that we discussed while during the audit, this is important. Two things done, sir. Third thing, which is very, very important from exam point of view, is this differentiation, that these financial statements should be very differentiated from each other. Got it, sir. If they are not differentiated, requesting the management to change the presentation, and you will also give a differentiated opinion, and you will not give the report unless you are satisfied with the differentiation. Okay, three things I have told you. Fourth thing, this very amendment, that whenever in the complete set there is some masala like modified opinion, EOM para, OM para, CAM para, okay, and then material misstatement of other information. Is it relevant for my SFS or SEFS? What are the factors to be seen? Very important. Got it, sir. And if it is not relevant and still I want to refer, then I will include other matter para. These 2-3 points are very, very important from case study point of view. Apart from this exception wala part was important, but because it was asked in November 24, maybe I will not repeat it. Apart from things, I think everything is done. So here your SA 805 is completed. I hope you enjoyed this revision. If you liked the video, do let me know in comments, because that is my motivation to make more and more such revision videos for all of you. So till then, keep studying like this. Do like it so that it reaches more students. And yes, stay subscribed to the channel for more such videos. Keep studying with happiness, because then only we progress.